here because we're horrified by the situation that we can see unfolding before our eyes. A few weeks ago, the international community joined together to condemn Hamas's kidnap and murder of innocent civilians and to call for their safe return. And all nations have the right to respond to acts of terror, but you do not respond to a war crime with more war crimes. So we must condemn the indiscriminate bombing of Gaza, the killing of thousands of innocent people, including thousands of innocent children, at least 3,000 children. I fear even more after last night. They should not be made to pay for Hamas's crimes. We must condemn the decision of the Israeli government to cut off energy, food, water, and now communications to the entire civilian population. The order for 1.1 million people to leave their homes and the bombing of civilian infrastructure, even hospitals. This represents collective punishment prohibited under the Geneva Conventions. This is not my opinion, this is a fact. And as far as the UK's actions at the UN, I tell you as a politician that even an abstention is a decision. And in this instance, it's the decision to stand by whilst innocent people are killed. Our government doesn't even care about British citizens in the region, knowing that whilst the bombing continues, there is no hope for their safe return. That's why I've joined over 100 MPs to call for a ceasefire and to say not in our name. And of all of the nations to stand by and watch, it shouldn't be ours. Britain has played a role in creating this cycle of killing and bloodshed in the Middle East. Our country, the former colonial power, is jointly responsible for the Sykes-Picot Agreement, the disaster of the Balfour Declaration, the betrayals of the McMahon and the invasion by the forces led by Allenby. Our country is responsible for the gross abuses of the Mandate and the disaster of the Nakba. We have a responsibility to work towards peace. We should stop encouraging war. Short term, we need an immediate ceasefire, humanitarian access to food, water, energy and medicines for Gaza, and securing the unconditional and safe return of all hostages. Our long-term priorities must be ensuring the fundamental human rights on all sides are upheld. Now, this did not start a few weeks ago with Hamas's unconscionable attack. For my whole life, there has been killing and bloodshed. And unless we want to go around in circles, we have to talk about peace. That word that has been missing in the face of bitterness and recrimination. And I think the most important contribution we can make is to call for peace. The only alternative to peace is an endless cycle of war. And as I watched the scenes of bombing in Gaza last night, I realized that somewhere in this cycle, we are losing our humanity. A just and lasting peace can only be achieved by upholding international law. A just and lasting peace can only be achieved by ending the ongoing blockade of Gaza, the illegal occupation and settlement building, and recognizing a Palestinian state. So I'll leave you with this. Free Palestine! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Thank you.